Hello, everybody. I know you don't see me all the time, but I've been doing dev work behind the scenes, uh, learning things as best I can. So, ooh, small spoilers. This game was played yesterday. No, today, the 25th of March, 2024. And it had Hotat, currently titled the Jade Titan, as the white pieces, playing chess, versus Spike. Those are their Discord names, by the way. Playing Frost Beasts. And they played on T2, and they ended up choosing the hamburger layout, where just the patty sticks out a little bit of the edge of T2. And white goes here, and black goes here. Now, there's immediate problems, and things that could go either way. It's a very. The opening theory for Frost Beast versus chess is really interesting because of the way these checkers pieces and the Frost Alphas interact. Real quick for people who don't know how these pieces move, these are international drafts pieces, and these are silver generals from shogi, so they move and capture to these 5 squares, and they also have the international drafts jump capture. These do promote to the full version of the International Drafts King. International Drafts is checkers, by the way. And the interesting thing about this is this threat. Because you're threatening to push this pawn, and this guy won't have many squares he can go to. He'll really only have these two, because this pawn covers this square of his and this square of his. And it also supports this for the jump. So, this move removes even more. So right now, white should immediately capitalize. So this is probably one of the worst moves you can make on move 2 against a doubled structure like this. What you should consider are moves like this. This one and this one. This blocks the push directly, so you don't have to worry about it. And you're very comfortable with this type of exchange. Don't do the jump, the bishop will kill you. And this doesn't have nearly as many problems for your alpha's positioning. It still applies some pressure here, but you kind of just want this open anyway, so if they take, it's bad for them. So, this one's reasonable. I don't know much about this line. What I do know quite a bit about is the double alpha line, where if you push here, you basically just double up forward, and then there's an immediate threat because this pawn is hanging. Well, the most natural move for defending that for a chess player would be this. And that is also the most dangerous one because of this. When you open up this line, you have this supported so that you can apply pressure to the knight itself, which would probably force a bishop or king to defend. The Frost Dragon also get its diagonal opened up for a pin on this knight plus one other thing, or the king is forced to move up. And the alpha can now move here because it's covered as well. So you have many excellent options thanks to this. And if the bishop has to defend here in any way, the rook takes. And that's it. That's all I wanted to showcase today. Because people don't understand the depth that the Frost Beast layout is designed to have yet. And I just wanted to show a little bit. By the way, I do not recommend this move. What I recommend is the far more calm and honestly slightly silly looking don't push this damn pawn. And it kind of works the other way. It's not nearly as bad if you go there. Whereas, hey, this is still hanging, but the queen covers it, so you don't even have to commit the knight yet. Uh, Having this pawn open through the opening is dangerous in general. The queen pawn often is needed to support this in the most natural structures. And then this comes forward either 1 or 2 squares, and then the bishop comes out to here. And then the knight also pivots through the edge of the board. And if you are trying to hold, pure anti-dragon principles, but you don't want to be playing all closed up like this because you're the chess army. That's cramped. What are you going to do? Open this light square and open this queen and have struggle with the dark square bishop? No, you're probably going to do something like this. Alternatively, when you get to this point, we'll do the double alpha opening again. And you go something like this. You can immediately fix it with this, because now the bishop covers the dragon's squares. And it only takes the one piece, and it's actually still open. But the problem with that right now is it would block your pawn from being protected. So you do this first. And now there's, some questions. You can't actually go here as easily, because this is still being held down this way. Let me look at that from the other side too, with this pawn. You go here. Oh, here first. Then here. I'm confused. Oh, this one. Which, by the way, in addition to this threat, and this threat, and this threat, and this threat, you're threatening a ghost around on this forward advanced pawn. Yeah, it's dangerous. Now let's look at the actual lines of the game, because there's more to be learned than, hey, be careful letting this guy get deflected wrong, and make sure you give him the proper support. You don't even have to make this move, by the way. You could even go as far as to make this first, but let's follow this. The alpha is currently under threat and is protected here, but they go here anyway and die, and then that takes with check. Bishop blocks. That pawn dies. The king castles out. What? Are you trying to teleport a seer here because of the pin on the pawn from the Leviathan? Just remove that. Yeah, smart. And then the dragon's like, I'm gonna be helping soon. And then the Leviathan has to back up anyway. And the knight goes here. Does black just think they have a weird mate or something? I mean, maybe. The knight just goes here. Just take the fucking knight. Oh, I see, because of the pin. Okay. Alright. The knight goes there. Check. King goes here. What's this? Oh, are you trying to drop the seer in again? Queen takes? I mean, it is protected. Yeah. Leviathan dies. So it's a trade. Dragon's here, but that dies too. The king goes here. That dies too. This goes here and protects that. White blundered their rook. What? Why? You have a dark square berserker. And you can't do anything because all of the opponent pieces are on light squares near your king. Are you just trying to avoid this fork? Then move the damn... Oh. I mean, this white knight, despite it being spooky, doesn't have anywhere good to go. Like, I guess you could kill this, but then, like, the rook just takes. I don't buy this. And also, you could just go here, and now neither of these... That's in a pep square from both of these knights. And it covers this. I guess this still dies? Is that your issue? And you wanted to protect this for a turn? I'm confused. And if you're worried about this fork, you could even just go to here. If they take, you die, and the Berserker is only worth a bishop at best. It's a little weaker. It has some really powerful moments where it's just worth the world because it kills everything. But it's really just a bishop in most endgames. I don't know. I don't like this rook sack. Check. Due to the go. Yeah. Oh, is that checkmate? No way. Can't go here. Protected, 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 protected. Check. Why can't you go? The knight! The knight holds these! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's a funny mate. Ah. Yeah. Alright. I just wanted to talk about the opening. That's a funny mate. King's just in the thick of it. Into the thick of it? I'm fucking sick of it. Yeah. I don't see a way out of that. Nice. Was there a way out the previous turn? Nah, dude, you're already stuck. Why'd you move the king here in the first place? Boom. And then instantly just locked in a box. Oh, that's gross. Is it unstoppable now? Uh... You might have this move. But then white just does this first and you're in the same pickle. Yeah, it was sooner. You had to just not move here. This square is a death sentence. Just because of the bishop's ability and like your dark squares are already fucked and your light squares are fucked soon after. And once a bishop goes here, you're trapped in the box and you die. You die very easily too. Damn. That square's a death trap, dude. You're in check. Here. I guess your idea is you want to get rid of these pawns, but they're too stable right now. You have to reach a stable endgame. If I was white here, I'd even go as far as to just This is hanging. You could take here because of the overloading, so only one of them is going to die. That type of thing. And you have the bishop versus the seer, and you have the better pawn line. Yeah, this is a winning endgame. It's more risky than needed, but it is a winning endgame. And then they probably take this, and then this guy just gets out of dodge. I'd even go as far as to, like, hit this guy first, see where the seer goes. Something like this, maybe, because it cuts you off more. Prevents the pawn from advancing. And then this backs up. Because black wants to maintain as many pieces as possible, because due to the go endgame that can pop up after this, how say, a single bishop to one that does not capture is sufficient material to mate in this matchup, thanks to the go stones. Thanks to the go stones. Just these pieces fuck people up. The whole board gets covered in them, and you end up with a structure. And that structure can slowly be exploited by moving your other pieces around, because the ghost stones don't block movement at all, and they disappear when you move onto them. So then you disrupt the structure enough to take out a portion of it. And normally, if it's king versus king, the two kings have parity, and they are able to stop each other from infiltrating each other's structure and area. This isn't always true. Depends on the structure. If you fuck up building the structure when you're defending, then you still die in king versus king until you can make a smaller, stable structure, hopefully. Especially because you can pass. But if you have a single bishop to one, then suddenly the opponent's king isn't able to hold the line anymore, because you have the kings facing, and then that one little piece comes in and still fucks up the structure. And you're able to slowly chip away at it with that one piece and win. As far as we can tell, that's true. And that's wild. Alright. Thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful day.